guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to Minecraft, and this is a new series. This is going to be called Features That Minecraft Needs. Yes, so in this series, I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of ideas from myself and the rest of the Minecraft community for things that should be added in future updates. So yeah, I have a whole test area set up for you guys to show you guys all the features I think should be added. And without further ado, let's go. Alright, so for the first feature, I'm going to be showing off a little graphical glitch that the game has that honestly, it would look a lot better if it was fixed. So this is fixing the look of snow and carpets when compared with blocks such as the pressure plate, the fence gate, flower pots, ladders, grass buttons. How nice would it be if you could place down snow on the same block as all these things? Fences, like that. Fences are a big one. Just imagine like snow being right there where the fence is, and then you'd see the fence sticking out of it. That would be really, really cool. And again, with ferns, it would make the terrain look a lot more realistic if there was stuff sticking up out of the snow. I think it'd be really interesting. I don't know how they'd implement it though, but that would be pretty sick. And for the second feature, I am proposing that troughs be added to the game. And if you don't know what a trough is, it is a vessel where you would put food, such as wheat, carrots, potatoes, whatever, and animals would be able to eat out of it automatically. So what you could do is you'd be able to right click on it, open it like a chest, throw some wheat or carrots in there, and then any animals nearby or in a farm would walk up to it and they'd just eat out of it. And then it would, of course, automatically breed the animals. So that'd be fun. Now this is a feature that's in a lot of mod packs, and it's having crafting tables have access to nearby chests. So let's say I wanted to craft some gold ingots. What if I could access the chest? This is the most dramatic example because crafting ingots is really annoying because of all these nuggets here. How nice would it be to be able to open the chest or open the crafting table and have access to the chest on the left side and then be able to craft using it? Another graphical thing is to fix air bubbles in water, such as this. Like, I mean, come on, Mojang. That's not how fences work. A fence going through water does not produce an air bubble like that. So again, I don't know how they'd fix that because there technically have to be two blocks in the same spot. But yeah, it'd be really nice if things like fences and ladders and whatnot going through water would not show. And there's some other things too that like random items like pop off when they're under the water, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because they'd still be there under the water. I don't know. It's because the water has to overtake the block space and, of course, overwrite the block. So if there was some way to have snow and water be in the same block space as certain blocks, then it would make the game look a lot nicer. Alright, so let's get to the enchanting stuff. So, I propose that we should be able to craft bottles of enchanting using an anvil and glass bottles. So if you take a glass bottle, put it into an anvil, and if you don't rename it, then it should give you the option to fill it with XP from your XP bar and turn it into a bottle of enchanting. Of course, you could do 64 at once, and it would cost more levels, but then you'd get 64 bottles of enchanting. So then that would be a way to store your experience. And then, of course, once you've spent the bottle of enchanting, you get rid of the glass. So it does have some sort of a way of making things legit, because every time you store levels, you waste the glass when you get it back. So I think that would be really cool to be able to do that. And a similar feature would be extracting enchantments from armor. So the idea behind this one is that you take, for example, a chain chestplate with protection 4. You'd put the chestplate, you put an empty book, and then out pops the enchantment protection 4 on a book. And then, of course, the chain chestplate would become unenchanted, and it'd just sit there. So then you'd be able to go boop, pop it out, and then you get your protection 4 book. Of course, it would cost a lot of levels to make it balanced, but yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Now, this is a really simple one. As you guys know, feathers don't have a lot of purpose in Minecraft. They're only used to make arrows. So I think it'd be fun to be able to make pillows like this. So yeah, it'd be like a fence, but instead of sticks, it's feathers. So that would be really sick. And then what would happen is when you put a pillow on top of a bed, it would give the bed the ability to regen health when you sleep in it. Because let's be honest, how often do you sleep in a bed? Exactly. So if they gave it purpose, say you have 2 hearts and you have no food, if you sleep, then it'll restore your health. Alright, so now here's one that I think is an obvious one. Stackable soups. I want you guys to tell me right now, how many times have you made these really expensive food items in Minecraft and then use that as your main food source. I would imagine not a lot of you. Maybe you'd make it once or twice because that's what you have, but then once you get access to something like baked potatoes or golden carrots or cooked meats, then you completely abandon these kinds of food. And look at how expensive this one is, the freaking stew. And the beetroot requires 6. And I propose, since if you are able to stack these soups, I would propose that you change the crafting recipe to the standard soup to be something like this. So it would make it a little bit more balanced so that you don't have, for example, 16 soups made from only 16 of each mushroom, because that would be kind of OP considering how much they restore. So yeah, I would propose they stack to 16 or maybe even 8, but 1 per inventory slot is a little ridiculous, especially considering how many items are in Minecraft. And I know they added shulker boxes recently, but it's just annoying to eat a piece of food and then have to move out of your inventory and then put another one in the slot. So I think stackable soups would be a great feature. Now, this is probably one of my favorite features in this update. This is sunlight torches, which burn zombies and skeletons. So yeah, it's basically a torch that acts like sunlight. So the way you'd craft it was with a blaze rod and a block of coal. And the idea is that if you take a torch, one of these torches, you put it down, all mobs that go within its light will start burning because it's like sunlight intensity. How cool would that be? And maybe it'd have a larger size than a standard torch. And then to make it balanced, of course, it only produce 1 sunlight torch per block of coal and blaze rod. So that'd be a really cool idea for like mob farms or something if you want to like sift out creepers and spiders. And it would also tame spiders as well. It'd make them not hostile because, again, it's sunlight. So yeah, I think that would be amazing. This one is a feature that has been in mods for ages now. This is dynamic lighting. If you guys don't know what dynamic lighting means, is that when you're holding one of these blocks in your hand, then it would light an area around you. So walking around with a torch, as you guys know, at nighttime, it stays completely dark, and the torch that you're holding in your hand does not emit any light. Now, people can make the argument that it's not lit yet, which I can appreciate, but why would it be orange? And also, if you were to carry something like glowstone on you, there's no excuse. That should be emitting light while it's being held in your hand. And it'd be kind of cool if you put it in a chest and light it, but that'd be really difficult to do, so I'm not recommending that at all. But yeah, it'd be really cool if you're holding these items in your hand and it lights an area around you, because expert Minecraft players would be able to just have a torch and they'd just be able to run around caves and not have to place a million of them everywhere. So, yeah. Now, this is one of the most complicated features that I think should be added to the game, and that's an almanac. So, as you guys know, maps are a cool little thing that we don't really use for many serious purposes throughout our Let's Plays. It's really used as decoration, and in rare cases for treasure maps, finding woodlands, mansions, or sea monument things. So, I propose that you'd be able to make an almanac, which is 3 empty maps and a leather. So, it'd look like a book. And what you'd be able to do is you'd be able to load maps into it. And it's, say, for example, it'd have its own little inventory. So you'd be able to put, say, 64 maps in your almanac. And every time that you go into a new chunk that hasn't been mapped out yet, it would automatically add to the almanac. And basically, it'd be a big map. It'd be like a world map, and it would spend the maps you put in it to make itself bigger. And I think that would be incredible. And maybe they'd even have waypoints too. You'd be able to set a waypoint. And then when you open the almanac, you just have this view, this large view of the entire world. And you won't have to rely on a single map anymore. Because, let's be honest, how many times have you used a single map to navigate your Minecraft world? That's a little small of an area considering it's Minecraft with infinite terrain. So I think being able to map out a large segment of it with multiple maps at once would be very useful. So one feature that I didn't know was added to the game was that if you have fire and then you use a splash potion of water, it will put out the fire as if it was just throwing water on a fire, which I think is awesome. That was one of the features I was going to put on this list, but then I discovered it was a thing already. Now, what would happen if you took a splash potion of strength or some other potion, and what if they were flammable? What if it would cause like a mini explosion? Like if the actual potion itself burst into flames. And I mean, this is crafted with a blaze rod, so I guess that makes sense. That'd be so cool. It's just like, oh, there's fire. And then you'd be able to kill a bunch of mobs just by like an explosion of fire. Or maybe it would just spread the fire more. I don't know. I think that'd be really sick. So now here is another one of my favorites, the Quickdraw enchantment for a bow. How cool would it be if you had a bow that could shoot like twice as fast, like Quickdraw 2 or something, and you'd be able to go boom, 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 and like full shots like that. And I think a way to balance it maybe would be to make it so that you can't couple this with infinity. So you'd spend arrows really, really quickly, but the plus side would be that you'd shoot them really, really freaking fast. And that would be absolutely incredible. I used to play Hexit back in the day where they had a crystal bow. It was the most fun I've ever had with a weapon in Minecraft. It was the coolest thing to be able to just go pew, 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 pew. I'd feel like such a badass running through the world. And yeah, that would be just amazing. Now, along with bows, I would like the quiver to come back. Now, this is one of the features that was taken out of Minecraft. And I don't even know if it was in Minecraft in the first place, but I think it should be added because of these. The special arrows that are dipped in potions. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't even taken advantage of this feature yet, and it's probably been out for a year at this point. And my reasoning for it is I've already got an infinity bow. But again, if I had Quickdraw, I'd give up infinity, and I'd want to shoot a whole bunch of different arrow types. So maybe I'd have a healing one so I could shoot myself and heal myself. Or maybe there'd be like Dragon's Breath ones that have lingering effects. So you shoot the ground maybe, and then it would just affect the area around it. That would be pretty cool. But using all these different arrows would be kind of annoying because it'd take like 10 slots of inventory if you want to have all different kinds. So I propose that you'd have a quiver, which would have something like 6 slots in it. And then it would just take arrows from the first available slot. And then you'd put the quiver in your offhand and then your bow in your main hand. So then you'd just be able to take arrows out of it as you please. And then, of course, you'd be able to press like some button, maybe tab or something, to swap out the arrows. I like to cycle the arrows in the quiver so that, say, you know the order the arrows are in. So maybe you got strength potion, or maybe you've got an instant damage 2 arrow in the first slot. And you're like, okay, I'm done using that. I'm going against undead mobs now. So then you press tab, and you know that the next arrow stack in your quiver is instant healing 2, which you guys know is damage against undead mobs. So then you'd be able to press the tab button, it would switch to that, and then press it again. Maybe you'd want a speed 2 arrow, so then you hit yourself with it, and then you'd be able to run fast, and then you could just keep cycling by pressing tab. I think that would be really, 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 really cool, because then a lot more people would take advantage of these arrows. They're so cool, but no one uses them because they got infinity with regular arrows. Alright, now it's time to get to some of the really necessary ones, like this one. This is demonstrating how freaking slow minecarts are. Anyone that's played Minecraft Xbox Edition knows that minecarts go freaking fast. But on Java and Pocket Editions, look how slow this is. I could literally outrun a minecart. Well, it just barely outruns me. It's a little bit faster than running, and that defeats the purpose of having a minecart. Why would you take all the time, and it's just full powered rails too. This is not even realistic. You'd probably put one every 3 blocks or something. But why would you put all the effort to make a minecart track like this if it's that freaking slow? So I propose that you make it as fast as Xbox Edition. I don't know if it still is that fast, but back when I played it was that fast. So yeah, or maybe an alternate feature could be to leave minecarts the way they are with powered rails, except this one, the coal-powered minecart. What if this was the secret to super fast travel in Minecraft? So what? See, look how slow this is. It's literally as fast as me walking. Like, that is, it's slower than me walking. And it eats coal like a mofo. So what I'm thinking is that this thing would go ridiculously fast. Like 4 times faster than that. And maybe you'd be able to couple your minecart behind it. So then you'd be able to travel at extreme speeds. And a plus side to that is you wouldn't need powered rails. And it would use coal. So I think that'd be a good fix, is to just make this a lot faster and add a coupling ability so that people can travel at a more reasonable pace in Minecraft. Now that there's so many items in Minecraft, and there's shulker boxes, and there's multiple ways to store items now, I would propose the inventory organize button. So, as you guys know, in playing mod packs and stuff, you open a chest and there's like 3 buttons up top. I don't remember what mod it is. I think it might be NEI or something like that. You'd be able to press the button and it would automatically organize the contents of the chest to look like this. It goes from this to this. Pressing a single button, it would organize all the items by ID, and it would be amazing to have that ability, because I'm going to say this now. My Minecraft Survival Island series, the only reason why it's still going is because I have an automatic item sorting machine that sorts everything for me, and I don't have to go nuts organizing my items every hour or so. That's literally how annoying it gets. When you get that far in a Let's Play, you have to organize items constantly because you have these build projects and you got to throw stuff back in a chest. So I propose these organize buttons because that would make stacking a lot better for mining expeditions with shulker boxes, to be able to just press that button, organize everything, and make items stack together. And yeah. Now this is probably the most difficult to implement. What if the build limit was infinite? How cool would that be? To be able to build up to like 1,000 blocks in the air. And then on top of that, I've noticed with the Minecraft Windows 10 and Pocket Editions, mostly Windows 10 Edition, the performance increase is absolutely incredible. You can see almost as far as the eye can see in Windows 10 Edition. So just imagine if you had that sort of render distance and performance paired with an infinite build limit. That would be so cool to see these giant cities that just go miles up in the air. And it would really add a lot of depth to Minecraft. And maybe even on top of that, that you'd go much farther down into the ground before you hit bedrock. That would be pretty cool as well. Okay, so this is a really petty one, but fix leads. Because right now, there's a lot of things you can't use leads on, like boats. You can't use it with minecarts. You can't use it with... I'm pretty sure you can't use it with horses. You can't use it with alpacas. You can't use it with skeleton horses, is what I discovered in Survival Island. You honestly, I can't keep my animals in one spot without using fences. But I thought that's what the lead was for, was to make it so you don't need a whole bunch of fences. You just put one down and put a lead, and then, yeah, so, and villagers as well. I'd like to be able to use leads on villagers, which isn't really humane, but if you think about it, it'd be very useful for something like trading and stuff. So, please fix leads. Now this is a fun idea. Sponge armor. It would only protect from a high-speed collision. It wouldn't have any armor value to it. But if you were to craft, say, a sponge helmet or something, and then you use an elytra paired with a firework, and you launch yourself into a wall, some of that damage would get reduced because you're wearing sponge armor. And then maybe the boots would give you some sort of falling resistance, kind of like feather falling. So, yeah, the only thing, though, is that it would have no armor value. So if you're going to be doing an obstacle course or something, you'd want to have sponge armor on. That'd be really cool for a lot of custom maps, too, so that it would make it so players don't die upon slamming their face into a wall, because they just kind of bounce off because they got sponge armor. This is my single favorite thing that I think should be added into Minecraft. This is a portal made from chorus plants, redstone, iron. So this is the crafting recipe. You popped chorus fruit, iron ingots, redstone, and an eye of ender. It would produce something that looks like a pressure plate, and it would be a redstone based portal system. So the way this would work is that when you step on this, the redstone line would go, and the first other portal to be activated is where you would go. So for example, I step on it, boom, and then delay, boom, teleport. And it would teleport me right to this one, because that's the first one that got activated. And then if I flip this lever, as you're about to see, boom. And it would teleport me here, because that's the first one that activated. And then it won't teleport me to that one, because I got here first. So if teleporters were added to Minecraft, that would reduce the need for rails first off. But it would also be fair, because you'd have to have a redstone line going all the way out, and it might take a while still, because you have to have like a repeater every so often to keep the signal going, or maybe even an observer block would actually fix that problem. But yeah, that would be the coolest thing, to be able to teleport from here on top of that mountain, because I have a redstone line going, and I just go boom, and then I just teleport way up there, and you wouldn't be able to do it until you go to the end, because chorus fruit. So yeah, that'd be a good late game solution, because think of it this way. If you've been playing Minecraft long enough to the point where you've made it to the end and you've got chorus plants and eyes of ender, then you would think that you're far enough to the point where it's more of a nuisance to get on top of a mountain instead of an actual survival challenge, because you're already set up and it just makes life easier. So that's it for this video, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and leave your favorite feature in the comments down below. And if I missed something that you think should be in the game, then please be sure to tell me that as well, because I will be making a series out of this. I don't know how many episodes there will be, because this one episode covered like 20-something features. And yeah, as the series goes on, if an update comes out that actually adds one of these things, I'll be sure to tell you guys about it. So this series was actually inspired by a video I made like 3 years ago that was called Minecraft Ideas, and it had a lot of the ideas in this video. I wanted to rehash them for this series, but one of them was actually added, and that's the backpacks, which was actually made into shulker boxes. So yeah, Mojang is listening to the community, which is why I made this video, to show them all the things that I think would make Minecraft better. I've been playing this game for 6 years. I think I know what I'm talking about. Probably 7 years at this point, actually. I've been playing it since the Nether update. Yeah, it's been a long time. So anyway, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.